you've talked about it time and time again after games with how well this team is playing. After the other night in Phoenix, coming into this game, the confidence level this team is playing with right now compared to that 11-game gauntlet in 20 days, the tweaks, the adjustments. Can you just talk about, the differences that you're seeing and that you're enjoying not having to sort of cringe during games at?
Yeah, I think probably the first thing that comes to mind is just the chemistry amongst the group, the team that's out there. Just having time to practice after that 11-game road trip. I felt like that's what it was. Just having that time, it just builds confidence with each other. It gets people on the same page, understanding where people are going to be in certain moments. Just them getting some time together. We came here and it was that back-to-back, and that was just it was just tough. I think we were down, 5 or 7 with 5 minutes to go in the third, and I think we just ran out of gas at that point.
There was a point in time that I asked Aaliyah and Caitlin, it was after the first win in LA, just how are you doing mentally? How impressed have you been since the wins have started coming with what they're doing away from the court? And I mean, chemistry is good, but in terms of just the mental aspect of just riding the wave of everything that this team has had to endure.
Yeah, there really hadn't been a scouting report for us on that part of it. We're kind of having to ride this wave together and figure it out. For me, their mental health was so important, and it is still important. I mean, some of the expectations are so high for this young team, and where we are right now is just kind of where I thought we would be in this year 2 of this, rebuild, adding some new players. But these guys, they've just shown so much resiliency, and I say it all the time. They just keep showing up, and our goal is just to keep getting better every time we have the opportunity.
On Zoom, Tony, you want to start? Then we'll go to Scott.
Yeah. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Hey, my man.
Exactly halfway through the season, entering today. I'm curious what you think is the biggest positive you've gotten out of the first half and the thing you need to work on the most in the second half.
Yeah, probably the thing that I've been the most proud of is just how we've improved on the offensive end, kind of just what I talked about. I mean, we've crept up and we're sitting in a pretty good spot about halfway in most of the offensive categories. And I think that will continue to get better. I feel like after the break, during the All-Star break, we'll have time to really focus more on the defensive end. Not forget about where we're going to work on that offensive end, but just that defensive end where we can work on some things, add some things to our toolbox that we can do during games that we haven't had time to really work on.
I'm curious if you've had any pitches to others about the All-Star candidacies of your players.
What is that?
Any pitches about getting your players to the All-Star game?
Have I had any pitches? No, I'm just, man, I'm looking for the next game that's on our schedule. That's what I've been worried about. Those things are going to come. Excited for those guys when that gets announced later, whoever that might be.
Go Scott, then Matt. Stay on Zoom.
Yeah, Christie, to that point, it sounds like you don't know just yet. So then I want to ask, what do you expect that moment to be like when you figure out who and how many of your team are able to be there in Phoenix?
Yeah, I mean, that's just an exciting moment. I mean, that's a great accomplishment for these guys. Last year, whenever we were able to, when we found out that Kelsey Mitchell had made it for the first time, that was just such a great moment for her. So it'll just be an exciting moment for whoever gets that nod, and will get to go to Phoenix and play in that All-Star game.
Stay on Zoom with Matt, then we'll go back to the room to Chloe. Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Christie. For you guys to sort in your last 3 games, for you guys to sort of crumble at Chicago in late, and then lose by double digits to Seattle, then to turn around, win late against Phoenix, call a play for Kelsey with 40 seconds to go for the go-ahead basket. Just how fulfilling is that for you as a head coach?
Yeah, anytime you have a moment like that, I mean, I heard you say, Chicago, I think you said fall apart. Like, those are things that just, that's what we're learning and growing from those moments. And, we are able to show those moments, talk about those moments, replay those moments at practice, and then just to have the moment in Phoenix where we, had been working on something and, we were going to take whatever the defense gave us, several different options, and Kelsey Mitchell stepped up big time and knocked that shot down to put us up.
Going over to Chloe.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned this earlier. You just ran out of gas last time you guys were here, but I believe last time you led after one quarter just with ample rest. What do you think you guys can do tonight?
Yeah, I think we have to, there's several things that we have to do to give ourselves a chance to win. We gave up 31 points in transition against them last time. We've got to make sure that we are, that's turning the ball over and taking good shots. We've got to make sure that we only allow them one shot opportunity. And then we've got to get out and run, and we've got to execute. And that puts us in a position when we take high percentage shots and knock shots down, we get an opportunity to get back and play good defense. I think, 7 games in 11 days. And we were a back-to-back. I think they had played 4 home games at that point. I think, we'll have a little bit more gas in our tank tonight.
Hey, Christie. You've been able to coach Caitlin now for half a season. Tremendous growth individually, collectively. What are you most proud of as you watch her progress through her rookie season?
Yeah, really, just the way that she's bought into this team and her teammates. She really works hard to make sure, like, she gets a lot out of, the assist that she has to her teammates, and it's cool to really see them talking a lot more. When everything's new, everybody's trying to figure it out. Now they're more on the same page and they're communicating, not just on the offensive end, but the defensive end as well. But she's just improved along with her teammates from day one till now, and just really proud of her and her growth and her buy-in to this team.
Last one in the room in the front row, then we'll end with Sabrina on Zoom.
Coach, last game, the Fever outscored the Aces bench. How do you plan to maximize the bench this game to ultimately try to get a win tonight? Yeah,
we're going to, our focus on offense is to get out and run. And so, it's really hard if you're going to play at the pace that we want to play at. You've got to have people to come in and give some good minutes. And I think we have a great bench that's able to do that. And, with the roles that they've been given, they understand what they need to do on both ends of the floor. And that's, I have all confidence in the people coming off the bench tonight to give us what we need during those times.
I know you're focused on the game, you're focused on the season, but they're going to be naming the All-Star team, and I just would like to get your thoughts on what it would be like in your rookie season to be named an All-Star.
Yeah, I think it would certainly be cool. I think at the same time, I don't think you set out to achieve those things. I think it's very similar to, everything I had in college. You just play the game and you have fun, and those are the type of things that come along with it. I think, those type of things kind of take care of themselves as long as you go about your business in the right way every single day. But yeah, it would certainly be cool. I was a kid that grew up watching the All-Star game, but I guess that's not my main focus. Whatever happens, happens, and it is what it is.
Go, Mike here on the right.
Caitlin, I know as an athlete, you're used to getting through tough things, but I know you've had some migraines over the years and even in college. How do you, when you feel that happen in a game, how do you sort of fight through that and get through that?
Yeah, it's tough. Honestly, adrenaline does a lot of it for me. And once the game stops, that's when I really feel it. And it's hard. But honestly, I've suffered from them since I was a very young kid. So I've found a way to manage them and still go about my business. Everybody around me kind of knows that's kind of what I deal with. And but there's a lot bigger problems in the world. I'm lucky mine is migraines, so I could have worse things to deal with. But Phoenix had a great crowd, a great environment. The lights in there were crazy. The music was crazy, so that certainly didn't help. But no, I honestly think it's adrenaline is what gets me through most games. It's you don't really feel it, but once the game stops, it's ow, it hurts.
Go first row on the left.
Hey, Caitlin. You're at the halfway point of your first professional season. I'm just curious if you can self-assess your progress on and off the court. You've had to deal with so much exposure, pressure, things like that, and here you are. You're playing well. Your team's playing well.
Yeah, I would say it was definitely a tough start, just in regards to the schedule and things like that, and the inexperience this team had. But I'm proud of myself. I feel like I've grown a lot. I can't believe the season's halfway over and we're already at game 20. It's kind of hard to wrap our head around. But I've felt like there's been a lot of growth for our team as a whole, but me personally, and just improving in areas that I have want to improve in. And a lot of that has been having to go game to game and improve. Like, I haven't had a ton of time to like practice and really individually work on things that I want to get better at. And for myself, like, that's what's so exciting for me about, you know, the Olympic break coming up, and then even after this first year of like really having time to improve on things that I want to improve on. Like, I feel like there's just so much there that I can still get so much better at. And for me, like, that's exciting, that's fun. Like, knowing that I have that much potential to grow and really get better and help my team get that much better. But overall, like, I feel like we've really done a good job, obviously starting 1-8, and you know, last month we go 7-4, and really our game at Chicago we're up 15 points, so we should have had an opportunity to go 8-3 in that month. So I'm proud of our group for staying, you know, kind of resilient and, you know, never hanging our heads. Like, we always just came back and worked, and I think this last month of basketball has been really good for us.
Go first row in the middle, then second row in the middle.
Kayla, you had a pretty impressive game in Phoenix, getting a triple-double. How do you carry that momentum into this game?
Just one assist shy of triple-double.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I didn't shoot the ball very well, but at the same time, I think that like, you don't have to shoot the ball well to impact the game in all different areas. Like, I still felt like that was like one of my better games I've played. Just the impact I had setting my teammates up, taking what the defense gave me. I thought I got really good looks. Sometimes they go down, sometimes they don't. And honestly, I've been shooting the ball well. So, you know, you're gonna have a game like that here and there. And but yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm getting a little bit more comfortable. You can tell I'm starting to feel out the game a little bit better. I think when I can get the rebound, I have a lot of success pushing in transition. Our team has a lot of success pushing in transition, so the more we can do that and get stops on the defensive end, the better.
Go second row middle.
Hi, Caitlin. You alluded to the time off coming up. What are you going to do or not do with that time?
Oh, geez. Well, I honestly haven't thought that far ahead. I think, first of all, like, get some rest. Like, that'll probably be the healthiest thing for my body, but at the same time, like, what is it, 4 weeks, 3.5 weeks, whatever it is, like, we have an opportunity to like really get in the gym and get better. An opportunity, like I said, an opportunity for myself to like work on things that I want to work on. So I know we're gonna have quite a bit of practice, and you know, that's how it should be for an inexperienced group that really didn't have much time to practice at the beginning of the season. You know, going into this break, like, we're gonna have an opportunity to practice, and it's gonna be really important. Obviously, it can come down to one game for us, you know, trying to get into the playoffs. So every second of practice is really going to matter, that we can improve, you know, just a little bit. So, you know, hopefully lay low and get some rest, maybe go back home, enjoy my family, see them a little bit more. Obviously, it's been hard to see my friends and family, just the quick turnaround that I've had. So, but I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Last two on Zoom, Sabrina, then Matt.
Hey, Caitlin. You and Aaliyah are now the second most prolific assist combo in the WNBA. Obviously, practice time helps, but what do you think has contributed to you being able to find her in better spots as the season has gone on?
Yeah, I think it's just like the chemistry. Like, you kind of just see it flowing a little bit better out there. I think we've gotten a lot better in when we get blitzed and the ball screen action. AB's gotten, you know, a lot better at getting on the same page with me. Just both of us working together. Of, you know, AB catching it when she rolls out of that, and you know, either making the shot, driving to the basket, swinging it to the next side. I think you can just tell it's kind of flowing a little bit better, but. I think we're starting to build that chemistry that's kind of unspoken. Like, you know, she kind of knows where to cut and where to move, and I kind of know where to get her the ball. So it's a fun thing, and I really think we're just obviously scratching the surface. We haven't had a ton of time to practice together, and I've only really played 20 games together. So the more we can continue to practice and play together, I think the better it's going to get.
Last one, Matt.
Yeah, hi, Caitlin. I mean, you've talked before about how rewarding it is to have an impact on the community. And I saw Bailey flew in today to be a shoot around, and even though a whole team played a part in, you know, meeting and greeting her, just kind of what did that mean to have her there? Sorry you're able to give her a gift, and it just seemed like a really happy moment.
Yeah, I think, you know, those type of interactions and things, like, that just puts life into perspective. Like, sure, it puts basketball into perspective, but like, it's life. Like, at the end of the day, like, this basketball doesn't matter. Like, that poor girl is like obviously lost her mom already to cancer, and then is fighting for her own life. For me, like, this is what she spent her wish on. Like, how cool is that? To bring her family here and enjoy this opportunity. And also, I think it shows the impact of women's basketball, not only from the standpoint of how good the game is, but also the relationship she's built with, obviously me and Kate, but like she loves the Aces and she loves the Fever, she loves the WNBA. She wanted to come here and see this game, and such a big arena. So like I said, I think it puts life into perspective. For me, I think it's just something I'm very grateful for, like to have those opportunities and interactions, and like obviously that makes an impact on her, but it does in my life too. Like it puts my life into perspective, and you know, sometimes basketball can feel like the end of the world to you, and really it's obviously not. It's just a game, it's just my job, and a cool opportunity to spend some time with her family.